we're picking up this week after the looting of Captain Lamoth's ship. There was some talk about what to do with the ship, maybe trying to get a crew to pilot it for them and make some passive money on the side. Possibly use it to pay off their debt with the Plank King. The group is finishing a long rest aboard Three Earring ship, and that's where we left off. So before we make any rolls, does anybody want to do anything? Or continue with Trey with the first roll for the day?
I'm chilling, vibing.
That's fine.
Okay.
We good to roll?
You're good to roll?
Let's hit it. Just a d20, right?
Yep, just a flat d20. And Chris, if you can give me your meal roll.
6.
Which is funny because that is exactly what I rolled from my my dump dice.
I'm gonna move this as well. We were back here.
Nice.
I did a lot of stuff, but I was mainly preparing for backtracking.
Oh no.
Six. Sorry, I had to get to this section of the notes. Should have pulled that up. My apologies. 6. As you awake this day, there's a slight rain. Nothing to impact you, but just enough to make it so if you are on deck working, it is slightly a miserable day. And since you are all piloting the big crew, I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw. Constitution saving throw. Besides Val.
I don't like this. Oh, hey. There's my cooking roll.
14. It's not unconstitutional.
Nope.
Is Mistress getting used to the seas?
Yes. It's not so much... If it was just the rain and traveling, you would have been fine. Oh, I didn't do this either. Wow, Jake, you are really scatterbrained today.
Jack, hey, get it together.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to just get the Bardley link up.
Me and your mother are very disappointed.
So is my father, but we don't talk about him anymore.
He doesn't talk at all anymore.
He does, but those
God.
voices are really fucked up.
His dad's dead.
Oh!
We were doing the funny thing, guys.
I had no context for this whole thing.
Have you really been out of context for every joke ever made for a while?
No,
now?
wouldn't that be crazy though? I just missed it every time.
So if
But
this
still
was
not.
if this was a normal day of traveling in the rain, you would have been fine. But mixed with the strenuous activity of learning how to sail a ship and helping them sail this new massive ship, the Pride, that you all are on, most of you pull through. You're able. Mistress is used to weather from the Fae. X's new body is a little sturdier than it used to be. Alden and Soul do go to bed that night very, very tired. And when you do go to bed and you're looking for your dinner after your long meal, Mistress, she tried to... What were you trying to do, Mistress?
Oh, let's just say, for continuity's sake, I'm trying to make pork chops again. the one thing I can't do.
She tries. She's trying to use the last of that pork before it goes bad, and they're dry, they're burnt, they're not good. And
I think I'll have some jerky instead.
you both don't take a level of exhaustion. You pass the save by 1.
We're gamers.
But it is a miserable night on the ship, and even though there's no status effects, you're both gonna sleep like shit tonight. Okay, next day rolls around, unless anybody wants to do anything during the days.
No,
Let me
sir.
move it.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'm doing cartwheels on the deck. I'm not really.
What?
I'm
Oh
really
my
excited
God,
that I got a
mistress!
23 on this con save.
Mistress, what? She's so athletic. She's proficient.
No, I'm good. Well, is there anything I can teach Callisto to do? Like
Yeah.
dodge rolls?
He's not that big or nimble yet. He's still, what did we say, like, maybe nearing 100?
50 pounds?
Yeah. So, he's still really uncoordinated and stuff, but if you wanted to try and teach him some more common over these last few days, you could, or any other small tricks.
Okay.
If you're trying to teach him to, like, somersault, yes, but if you're trying to be like, hey, if somebody's swinging at you like this, here's how you dodge it, he's not old enough
Can
to...
we say it's the beginning stages of that? Based
mean-
on how it's rolling?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can say this will be the foundation for teaching him to fight later on. Hey, thank you for that bit, Dungeon Master Sleepy. This Dungeon Master is sleepy.
I'm sleepy too. look at
We'll
that.
see how it rolls. 20 plus...
This is roll 20, Dungeon Master.
Sleepy.
So you're mainly just focusing on teaching him acrobatics.
Okay.
No, is that what I was? It was more of a question than
Oh. Sure.
Okay.
Yes. Just, not normal bear things like he would learn from his own mother, but more of, I'm not trying
Human
to
bear
teach him
things.
tricks like
You know,
we're going
bear
to be
thing.
putting him out on stage, but I just don't want these days to go wasted and him not learn anything and us not bond at all.
I mean, that's fair. I
That
figured
makes
he was
sense.
doing little things with all of you. But yeah, you can do that. If anybody else would like to try and teach Callisto something, I mean, none of you know Sylvan save Mistress, but if you have...
Can I teach him magic?
he does not understand the arcane runes that you put in front of him.
Dang. You just don't want to see a young man thrive. I don't know.
Yes, I'm sorry, a bear that's been
Right,
sentient for
I'm-
2 weeks now knows magic.
Kind of biased against redheads. I see where this
No.
stream is.
No. Can't say
Against
that.
Floridians.
That's too fucked. I can't. Okay. So that day, Ben, you are up for a d20 roll. Dead center.
Average, baby.
Yes, sir. The way I like them.
It is just a completely normal day. The weather goes by. Some of you are noticing that your skin is starting to tan from practically 2 weeks back to back now, going from Port Damali to Nicodranus, now back all the way out here on the ship. Whether your race tans or not, I don't know if tieflings do. I'd guess they do.
Guys, I'm golden.
Yeah.
Is he turning orange?
There is a little bit of an orangish tint to it, though I think that's up to Soul if it's slight sunburn or
It's probably
tan.
golden.
Uh,
Would it be melanin? Yeah. I
yeah,
guess.
that's still. Val is probably the only one not looking different, considering that's how he spent his last months. But it's a nice little change. X is probably the palest, considering he got a brand new body about halfway through this. But
You mean
Oh,
the
your
body that
ass.
comes pre-tanned?
Bruh, I hate it when that happens.
but you all finished the day with a very nice. What were you cooking, Mistress?
That's a good question. It's going to be
Hey.
Um.
Thank you for those bits, Dungeon Master. And yes, they do have some nice tans.
It's gonna. I don't even know what. Where did you get this word?
I don't. Listen, if it was one of the later books, I was so sleep deprived while trying to come up with 200 recipes.
What
Listen,
is this word?
I mean,
Like it's an Italian word, I get, but that's
Okay,
fancy.
is that one on the pasta
a
one, or is that
class.
the seafood one?
It's the soups. It's on the
Okay.
soups.
For a bunch of those recipes, I looked up like top 100, and would just scroll
Soupy.
until a word stuck out at me, and I was like, there we go.
Can I, with my handy dandy fishing pole, try fishing?
Yes, you can.
Okay. What?
You have the magic item.
I know. This tiny silver fish hook has a little gold feather attached to it. So I would have to have one for each uninterrupted hour of immersion. I roll a d6.
Yeah, I would say because you are working on the ship as well, you could probably make about 2 rolls throughout the day. One right
Okay.
before your shift and one right after, and not lose food or anything.
Okay, so a 6 and a 5. So wait. Okay. At the end of each interrupted hour of immersion, roll a d6. On a 6, a floppy 6-inch long magical fish.
Can you post
appears
this?
at the end of the hook?
Can you copy and paste this? Because you're laughing through it.
Because it's flopping 6 inches.
Well, you
Oh.
know,
Child.
and every guy in here is jealous. You're fine.
Don't worry, she laughs as hard at floppy at 2 inches too.
The color and properties of the conjured fish are determined by rolling this chart that I have. So I'm gonna roll a d20. Okay.
I gotta look this shit up now.
So it's gold with silver stripes. This tasty fish provides a day's worth of nourishment to one creature that eats it and grants temporary hit points. The fish loses these properties and rots if it's not eaten within 24 hours of being caught. So you let me know what time of day it's caught.
That was your first roll, so that would be your morning.
Okay.
So if it's not eaten by, we'll say, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., it's rotten.
Okay.
But if you want to have it for breakfast at 6:30, go for it.
Okay.
But the part is, tomorrow you're getting to the Besaft Isles, so there's no roll. So, metagaming-wise.
That's fine. I'll
Uh,
just add temporary hit points
Oh.
just in case.
Yeah, add your 2d10 temporary hit points.
Well, it will when we're at the next day.
Anything else somebody wants to do today?
No, sorry.
I think I'm good.
No roll for the day you get to the Besaft Isles, just because that seems so stupid to have you roll when you're going to spend most of your day here. As you awake early the next morning, the wind's behind you, and you hear 3 earrings call from above deck that the port is in sight. As you come above deck, you see a familiar but pretty distant memory of when you were here the first time and the mess you were in with trying to save the people of Palmaflora. The city is disgusting. It's muddy. It is small but packed with people, considering it's a very transient place. They have a dock that fits around 10 to 15 boats and a couple of boats out in harbor that drop people off, go wait, come back at a later time, pick them up. It's a big It's not a big port, but for being out here, it is a decent-sized transient port. Three Earrings does... Over the last couple of days, her crew has been hard at work of replacing the sails or disguising them in some way so it's not immediately caught as a Concord ship, but this is a place that the Revelry have a strong hold, so she's not that worried. As she pulls into port, she will gather you all. So do we have a final decision on what we are doing with the ship? Do I know who I am going to and what I am asking of them?
Where's Val?
What'd you say, Trey?
I said, where's Val?
I think we're going to sell it. Or not sell it, find a crew. We're going to find a crew to sail it.
Okay. I again would recommend I would recommend not necessarily finding a crew here, but getting the work done to retrofit it would be the perfect place. But getting it sailed somewhere for you and a crew picked up there by somebody you trust would be more ideal. I don't trust many people here farther than I can throw them, and I'm not the strongest person. But
So we're going to be gone for quite a long time, and I don't know where we can find a crew quickly if not here. Or how to get them to the ship, or get the ship to them.
I can make sure that getting the ship dropped off somewhere is not hard. You let the crew rent out the ship from one destination to another, and then if you have a crew waiting, they pick up the ship. It's not so hard, it's more so letting somebody rent your boat for a while. This is a place that some of our people wouldn't mind doing that. If you wanted waiting in a safer harbor for you, that could be arranged, or if you just want to take your chances and roll the dice with a crew here, that will work as well. But how do I put this? I wouldn't trust many people here overall. Like, if you want this to be a legal operation, that is. This isn't a place run by legal people. So basically, dues sending to Roderick and asking if he has a crew, or taking your chances here and trying to find a crew are the options.
I mean, that sounds like our only two options, but
I mean, you can...
what does everybody want to do?
Do we have 3 earrings? Go back to the main area, find a crew, bring them back out here?
So go find a crew.
A lot of trust on 3 earrings. Just saying.
Three earnings can be worth right?
I don't think
I mean-
after everything that happened, we can trust her.
I know. Well,
At least I hope.
yeah. I hope too. If we can't trust her, we can't trust anybody.
I mean, I think we can trust 3 earrings, but, like, it's just her and her crew, and they alone aren't enough to sail the ship, much less sail 2 at one time. And we're asking her to do a lot for us. There's no guarantee that Roderick will find a crew this ship.
And remembering
And-
3 earrings is slightly in your debt after the little thing you paid her to even the score. So she's looking at this as still taking care of making sure your ship gets to the right place is part of her job before it ends. So, if you'd like her to bring it somewhere else and find a legal way, because Val would know that this is not a city to find a crew that will run legal business. All legal business that comes through here is already pretty much a steady crew of themselves. This is a shady-ass place.
That's another thing. If we set up a crew in Lou City and put them to work, either they're going to not be Concord, but sail under the protection of the Concord, and that puts them at risk of piracy. Or they're going to be pirates, and that puts them at risk of the Concord. I think it'll be kind of hard to be independent contractors, so to speak.
Unless you're from Marquise. Yeah. Marquise? What's the name of that?
Marquette.
Marquette, thank you. Marquisian.
Marquesian, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, how do you want to look for a crew? Do you want to be above board or below board? Basically, is the decision. Any moral input?
I no, you can do whatever. I was just along for the ride, getting my sea legs, you know? You know, this guy knows. I'm tired.
Does anyone have any input? I don't.
No,
I feel like I'm making a lot of decisions
I
here
truly don't know what
that may come back to bite us.
I mean, if
Hopefully
it came down to us trying to run away from something in the mountains, I could probably give you advice. This isn't an area where I know anything.
If it was like a magic ship.
I'll be honest, it's not an area that I know anything either. I've never captained my own ship. I've never owned a ship. I've never come close to it.
No, but we trust you.
Yeah,
Well, do you want to make your money through shady, illegal means? Do you want to make your money through piracy and killing, or do you want to make your money through trade and
trade?
potentially have the ship taken away?
I think.
by
Oh, would
pirates?
we be actively making money through piracy? Or would it be
I
selling
think
it to pirates?
doing this legit is
mean-
probably the best for the future.
I'd rather
I'd
not
put-
be pirates.
Yeah.
I mean, a future that I may end up dead in, but it'll at least be good for someone, right?
We'd rather not be a pirate.
I mean, you could leave the name of the ship in a will to Lily, so yeah.
Perfect.
That's if she doesn't die also.
Listen, if she dies,
Wow.
I'm dead.
Jeez,
Three of you have threatened me with bodily harm over that child.
I look at Mistress and I'd say the other thing is, how long are we going to be gone?
So, and there's rules that I've been meaning to tell you all of how to act and how to behave and how Feywild works. And I'll get to that. Hard to say.
I know.
Hard to say. When I would go back and forth, I had a guide, so not much time was lost. There could be no time lost, there could be years lost. And there's a chance you might not remember your time in the Fae, so you might lose years for no reason.
Wait, hold on. So we might be gone for years and not remember those years?
Yes.
So we'll just show up in what
You'd
seems like a day to us.
No. You'd walk in.
Right, but we wouldn't remember it. We would just be.
Okay, hold on. You'd walk in. Well, most of you would walk in, walk out, and be years older, but not remember what happened. But all of them, you are small, but you are Fey touched, so you're safe.
Me?
You'd keep your memories.
Me?
Yes.
You're Fey touched?
Halflings are considered
Your-
Fey touched by D&D lore for
Your
this effect.
species. If any of you were elven, it'd be the same way.
What
Save
if
for Exa,
Yeah.
because artificial elf.
All right. Okay. Now I have a fun thing. What if?
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish answering Val. Val, it's hard to say. No time, or all the time.
Well, that really complicates things.
That's why I've been hesitant to go
If we
or tell
Set
you.
if we set up a crew with the ship and then leave for years,
We'd still have sending, messaging. It's just the passage back would be what would take the time.
Yes, but
might I
still-
interject? Just a little high note here amongst the whole we might not remember years of our lives.
Or no time.
Or
you,
no time.
you wouldn't technically age it, you just wouldn't remember the length of time you spent in there, to clarify.
Yeah, but time spent together that we're just not going to remember.
Well, they'd
Yeah.
age the time we were in the Fae, that physical time.
People out here would age, which means time passes
Yes.
out here normal, which means we could be stinking rich when we come back.
Ooh, baby.
ship. Okay, think about it. If you have an employer and that employer doesn't show up for 5 years with no contact whatsoever, and you're the captain of a ship, a successful one that's making money, you're not beholden to them anymore. You
we
like
just have to explain what is going on, and I'm sure they'd understand. I'll be like, we're
That's
going to the
assuming-
Feywild. We might not be back
That's-
for years.
I think
just
we need to
know
have a
that.
retainer group run this. Someone
that's
like
assuming that the ship is even still here. Like we could show up a year
True.
from now and it could be sunk or taken by pirates. It's just
Exactly. Yeah.
without us being here to manage it and check in and take reception of
Well,
the income that they made
do,
and
do you,
that back out. We're
do you
also
think that
asking
your
them
shelled
to
superior
entertain-
could maybe help us with that?
Who did you say?
Your shelled superior?
I like that.
So my first thought was to see if he would like to captain his own ship, but I don't know if he would be up for it, but he might take ownership of it and act in our place.
That's what I'm saying. Have a retainer for it.
Would he want to do good work? Not necessarily working for the Concord, but
Well,
not
Roderick
piracy.
did. He never did bad work. I never did bad work. We weren't slavers.
Well,
we
Legit work.
front of it. To answer your question, yes, Roderick would be all right doing good work.
Then why don't we just give him, I don't know, say 20% of the top end cut and just have him run it?
That's certainly an option. It's something we could explore. I don't know how long it would take to set up. Soul, if you could
3
message me.
years could help set it up while we're gone.
Yeah, I could message. I don't know much about the time dilution from here to the Feywild, or when the exact occurs. We could try it out while we're there. I know messages go through planes. It's not a 100%, but it's like a 95%. It's good stuff. We'll try on the other side. We'll make sure. We'll keep up to date depending on how long we are there. You know, make sure everything's cool.
Well, if you can message him right now and see, I think it would be easier to get a crew here rather than rely on earrings to get a ship to them. But I don't know how long it would take them to gather a crew and charter a voyage here. So we would need to get that rolling now if we want to get to Mistress's gate.
Well, these
Yeah, start.
3 earrings will pipe in. These conversions you're making will take multiple weeks. So getting it done in a way that will be right will leave, if Roderick is wanting to do this or knows people that will do this for you, time to collect their things and be here in time to pick the ship up. Just a...
Do I have to make another nature check to know how many days, or can I just base that knowledge that we have from Aladem's nature check of how many days we have left?
You would know that you still have like 15 days left from this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's, what, about a 10-day journey from here?
It's another 4 days by... let me make sure I'm measuring this right. Because you said you
Yeah,
wanted to be
how-
dropped off here. So yeah, it's 4 days to here, and then it's 6 days of pure travel to the part in the forest where she is, which is, you know, give or take central in this forest.
Are we still around the ship right now? Like,
Yes,
not
that you
around it?
are on the docks. You have not entered
Okay.
into the city.
I'm going to pull out my money pouch. I'm going to take out the copper and the silver. I'm going to hand it over to 3 earrings. Let her know that there is 815 gold in this. And that I need her to assist Roderick as much as possible in getting this ship legit. That includes selling out all of the military surplus on here, converting it over to something that is just ours, finding a crew, and then setting up his pay if he'll run it.
And she'll hold it like heavy pouch in her hand. Well, easily doable. If your little yellow friend here can message him and see if he is willing to or would know, that would be most helpful and save me from having to pay one of our priests on the island and have somebody else know of this. But this should go a long way with the selling of all the military equipment on board to making sure that the crew is set up right and legitimately.
And I don't know how everyone else feels about this, but any money extra made from selling the equipment out that doesn't go to fixing the ship needs to go into fixing yours and then paying yourself and the crew extra.
She'll smile at you. Don't worry, the big green guy took care of that plenty over.
Well, still, we're not going to be here to collect extra, I don't think, so...
No, we made a deal. Part of the profits of selling off the bits we don't need is going to go to them.
Yes, we get the overages already, so
From there.
I'll make
Everything-
sure that if there is extra money, it will go into making sure there is pay going forward for multiple months for the crew, so that way there is no...
And potentially maybe buy us into some good contracts.
Exactly. Making sure that you're not getting people leaving because they're unsure of their paycheck type of thing. Sailors are known to ship hop if the pay is inconsistent.
That's the biggest thing if we're going to be gone for multiple years is they need to be making money, and Roderick would be the one, but someone needs to be in charge to make sure they continue to get paid. And then our cut gets held somewhere safe. Preferably.
Well,
5 years worth of income is a lot of income to hold somewhere.
a little yellow one.
Yes.
Can you...
My name's Soul.
I know. I just like calling you Little Yellow One.
Thanks, Furball.
She gives you one of those smiles. It's like, I could break your neck.
Yeah, Val
I
just
could
starts
break the
laughing, like,
world's neck.
I've heard people call her Furball before. It didn't go over well.
Just if you could send the slow ass motherfucker a message. Asking him if he would captain or know a crew that would be legitimate for a Pride class vessel. He should get the message.
Jake, what do I know of Three Earrings?
A very accomplished smuggler. Has taken a couple less or more dangerous jobs. Her crew has pulled off one or two jailbreaks or stuff. There is currently a rumor going around that she, on the outside, orchestrated the assassination of Barn. And
Go figure.
yeah, nobody read into the whole, like, there was, the calling card was 3 interlocking circles, 3 earrings.
Probably nothing.
There is some talks of her actually doing some more below the belt, like, actual, like, murder contracts and stuff, but usually she made sure they were actually bad people. She wasn't just killing somebody's ex-husband because they were spited. It was like, yeah, this guy's a piece of shit. Or this girl's a piece of shit. Or, yeah, these are blackmailing multiple people. And she was like, oh, I'll take money to do something I would have done for free anyways.
Alright, I was just wondering if, knowing like Roderick and Maurice and the Plank King and how above board they were.
No, she's not as
Where's
above.
she? Yeah.
She probably was a little bit. She's definitely shadier than the Whispered Dagger, but not nearly near the bad end of the spectrum for Revelry. Like, she's
Might I
considered very middle of the board.
Might I make one more suggestion?
Of course.
Can we call it the Lily of the Lucidian?
I don't think it's a good idea to make known who we're supporting. I think that's a bad idea.
Lily is a type of flower.
I mean, we can just change the name of the ship to the Lily. It's a bit long for a ship.
Well, you
Other
could
than
just put
Lucidian,
Lily on the
but-
back, but I like
Very
the official
long.
title.
Well, I mean, you both can get your way. The lily can be on the back, like said, and on the title it can just be the Lily of the Lucidian.
The lol.
And as for your concerns about suggesting who you work for, if Roderick does this correctly, it will be yours and only a few signatures and nothing else. You will collect like a corporate business, something like that, where you just come by, pick up your paycheck, and do nothing else besides that.
Val visibly shudders at the thought.
I mean, on one hand, that doesn't really matter, because it doesn't matter if they're trying to get at us or trying to get at the people who run the ship. On the other hand, Lily's probably a very common name, so...
Yes, both of those are true. So,
But also if we spell it like the flower and not like her name.
I thought her name was spelled like the flower.
I don't know, let me go and look what I put in Tales from Wildemount.
I think Lily, the name, generally only has one L, but the flower has two.
I spelled it like the flower. Because...
Bruh. Alright, I put my fingers to my temple and send a message that conveys the basic idea in 25 words or less to Rod.
And I really don't feel like doing that voice with my throat how
yeah.
it is right now. So, he'll convey back that, barring us getting back, pretty much he says that, like, he'll put a crew together and make sure that he's here for the pickup of the ship, and he will make sure that everything is above board. Like, he'll take care of it. And this will probably cost you 2 sending messages because of the complexity of what's happening, but he can send them back as well. So once he knows between the two of you, we'll say at about 100 words or less from both of you, he confirms that he will be back. He will be there to pick up the ship in 3 weeks' time. And he will do what needs to be done to get what you desire done.
I convey that to the group. Everything seems a-okay. Ba-ba-da-da.
Okay, well, since everything is settled, unless any of you have any last requests, I'm going to go talk to my contact. If you'd like to move your stuff back to the other ship, we will take my ship from here on out, and I will have people I trust here retrofit the ship, and Roderick will take it from there. I'm going to leave a note with them for the name being the Lily, and the name on the title being the Lily of the Lucidian. As long as that is okay with everyone. So, any last requests before this is put in permanently?
Is there anything on the front of the ship?
At the moment, you like a masthead is what you're talking about?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a
like a
mermaid.
naked lady.
No,
Yeah.
there is a ornately carved lion that looks like it's not pouncing.
Break that shit off.
Yeah, that comes down.
That would have been one of the first things coming down. With they're retrofitting the ship. They're taking
Yes,
They're about
But
to.
I also don't feel like we should put boobies on this ship because
No,
it has Lily's name on it.
Yeah, of course. I was just thinking
take out
no
my
lion
coin
because I was like the Pride probably has a lion masthead.
I take out
Okay.
my coin pouch and I ask Three Earrings if she knows a master woodworker in the Bissap Tiles.
The
For what?
Saptiles, no, but Roderick's
For
younger
doing-
brother does some of the best work in Port Damali.
Roderick has a brother. We'll get to that later.
Roderick has a wife and kids.
I knew he had a family. It's just odd to hear it every time. So,
Can it be
do
me?
you have any more messages?
Oh.
You would have.
For you guys or just in general? Yeah, I have a few more.
See if Roderick will bring his brother along.
I do
need-
that, does he?
We need a lily carved for the masthead.
No, definitely not.
Okay, that's a legitimately bad idea.
No,
Why is
please.
that? It's called the lily.
No, he's saying
No.
a flower carved,
like
not.
carved
Oh,
flower.
Oh, a
Okay.
flower.
I thought you meant.
I thought you meant-
like,
Oh, no, no,
it's
let's
really
not
like-
face-
I was like,
Man.
what are you talking about?
Do we want a target on her?
Yeah.
With a small child.
Put the face of a small child. See how this goes down while.
No, we'll carve the masthead into a flower.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, sure. Or
Roderick's
like a
brother can do
bouquet
it.
of flowers around me. I would be totally fine with me. I'm just kidding. But I will ask.
He will
I put-
reply simply. Wait, were you gonna actually say it out or no?
Oh no, I was just gonna be weird.
Okay. He will reply back simply that his brother doesn't like to travel, but he will have his brother start working on the masthead. He'll have his brother start working once measurements are acquired, and he'll bring it by Port Damali for attachment.
Mhm. All right. Yeah, I convey that.
And he does laugh a little bit the entire time he's saying it. But you guys are gonna bring this child to a dock one day, and she's gonna be like, "What are you bringing me here for?" And you're gonna be like, "We got a ship. We named it after you."
One day, we mean years in the future, when we're back from the Feywild, she has grown
Potentially.
to a person. Maybe.
Oh shit.
I guess we're ready to move to nosy in.
It's good that I'm on push to talk, so you guys don't have to just hear me whispering letters over and over.
God.
You don't have to listen to me going, G-U, G-U, G-U.
Oh shit. Alright, I'm sending a gift to somebody real quick.
Okay.
Put your penis away, Jake.
Nope.
Oh no, me and Jake were talking about Roderick things. I had a question, sort of question.
So, the remainder of your day will be spent here. Whether you choose to disembark and see what's at sea or see what's here, though it is, while it is a city and it is a trade port, there is nothing special about this place. Basic supplies can be gathered, but there's going to be no magic. There's might be a handful of potions at top, and they're going to be like basic potions, probably potions of water breathing because the port you're in. Any gear is going to be ratty and secondhand.
We
have
didn't.
15 days. Go ahead.
This time we didn't sell the ship, so we didn't get the money that we got last time, right?
No.
Okay. Well, then I'm broke, so I can't buy anything anyway. But I do want to go explore.
That again?
From the ship? Oh yeah, you take away 290 platinum if you still have that in your inventory.
Well, we do have a particular
I didn't even
sword.
add it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Although I don't know if this would be the best place to try and sell the sword or trade it for something.
I think Aladdin voiced, I know he's gone, that's why I'm saying this, wanted to possibly use it to trade in for that headband at the Cold Brew.
That's true.
So,
I was thinking he wanted to just get money for it straight up and then use that money for the cold brew, but
yeah, I think, well, regardless, he mentioned trading it, so
yeah. It was to the effect of paying off the debt we owe, but
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did we ever... Sol, how many messages do you have left?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one.
Would you mind getting in touch with the proprietor of the cold brew and letting him know that his, how should we put it, trial run of the methamphetamines that he gave us went quite well?
Okay, but if we get attacked by some crazy killer whales tonight, that's on you.
I will
What?
protect you with my life.
Do that.
He
I said-
replies back that. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh no, I didn't know. I was. My sister called me. I
Okay.
wasn't listening.
He replies back saying that he's happy they went well and that you guys got used to them, and that he would prefer you not refer to his art as drugs. But in a very
He sounds like the guy who made Norton Security.
What am I thanking him for? What was I thanking
the
him for?
potions.
The
It
guy
was
who put out the insane
haste.
tweet about being a drug mixing master.
Oh my gosh. And wait, what potions did we use? Did
Me and
y'all?
Aldum, we got like sort of potions of haste. They were like,
Oh yeah.
it was like a weird potion of haste. It was not an exact potion, but
Alright.
So I'm gonna write this down in chat because I fucked up my math when. Oh, that's not supposed to be up there. Go back down.
Twitch is
yeah.
typing. Oh no.
Yeah, Twitch is typing.
Oh, Twitch is typing.
Not again.
Is she typing with her little drone?
Aldum, how much money did we owe again?
That I
You started with
yeah.
22, and it's been 10 to get here. Miles wise, because it was supposed to be 9 miles, but you lost between the Lamuth and the fixing the ship and getting here. It did slow you down a bit, but from here you'll be going at the faster rate again. Oh wait, no, it's 13 days left because you guys had that great day at sea that I forgot about.
Okay. So I have 13 days worth of food.
So no, you had 15 days. You've traveled for 9 days, so you have 6 days of food left.
Okay, because all those numbers are confusing. So 6.
Yes.
Are there food stuffs here? Would I be able to procure that?
Yes, food supplies is here, especially. You're not gonna
Like
find
fish
like
stuff?
yes, you're not gonna find fresh like beef or pork, but fish brought in by the people who live here, or sea rations, which are
Yeah.
sold highly here. For how many days do you want to get?
20.
Call it. Things are cheap here and not nearly as high quality, so call it 10 gold for 20 days worth of. Or no, since you're buying for that many people, call it 20 gold for 20 days.
Well, it's going to be
3 earrings and her group supply themselves. But
okay.
you're like 6 days in the wilderness and all that, and rather have more
Plus I'm
food.
counting for in the Fey a bit.
Exactly. So call
Okay.
it 20
Okay.
gold.
So okay. Back in a timeline that did not happen, we got 290 platinum each.
That was each, but you don't have that.
I never
anymore.
added it,
Yeah.
I guess, because I don't have 290 platinum. Period. Okay.
No, you should have
I'm just making sure.
You should still have a handful of gold though from the Wildemount bounty.
I do.
Okay.
I do have that. Okay. So I have 26 days. And I'm gonna DM you. Just clarification.
Okay. Around sunset, which is rather late in the day, is when 3 Earrings comes back and says that everything has been taken care of. They will retrofit the ship, sell the cannons and military supplies for profit, and then use that profit to turn around and retrofit the ship. I'm guessing you want final decisions on whether this will be a cargo or a cruise ship left up to the people who will be sailing it.
That's probably best, I think.
Okay, then I will have them do basic retrofitting, and I will have somebody I know get in contact with Roderick about the crew and what type of ordeal they'll be running, and the more specifics of how to lay out cabins, put in or take down walls will be left up to the decision then. Just to not overcomplicate things here.
I trust Roderick's judgment.
So do most, including myself. So, we are ready. Let us move over to, and she'll peer over the deck of the ship to her small, that has very patchwork holes in the side. That work, but like you can tell that there was a couple reasonably sized holes recently put into part of her ship. Let's get going on what I am much more comfortable sailing. And if there's nothing else you guys would like to do in this city, then we will. What was that?
Saying something to all of them earlier.
You got really quiet since you came back.
Sorry, I was sitting back. Val was saying something to all of them earlier.
Oh, I was just asking, how much did your headband cost? How much do we owe?
So it was what, 3,500, Jake?
I think 3,100, and you put 3,000 down. I will pull it up right now, though.
300 down?
I was about to say, so you paid it off? Cool.
3,100. No, sorry, it's 3,600, and you put 300 down. 3,600. You have 3,300 left.
So part of the payment to 3 Earrings, I gave her the short sword that we took from Wildemount. It fits her style, and it's better than giving money, and it bought us a favor, which we are currently cashing in. But we do still have the longsword. I don't think this is a place to sell it. I mean, we could try selling it and use that money to pay off your debt, or we can just try and make a straight swap. If and when we ever make it back to Nicojamas. But I do still have it. It's in the back folding.
If we make it.
We'll make it back.
I mean, if you want to try and leave it with 3 Earrings, we can potentially have her try to make the trade for us while we're gone.
Well, I was going to suggest Roderick, since he's coming and he does frequent Nicodranas and is more easily gets around the city than Earrings would.
If you're willing to give your trophy up for it, I'm not going to say no.
It's not my trophy. It was part of the bounty that we all got.
I guess we need to leave it up to the group then.
I don't know we had the conversation, but does the group object?
To what? I'm sorry.
Basically, taking the
No, I'm doing
special,
Feywild lore with Jake right now, just to clarify some things.
taking the special longsword that Lamuth had and using that to pay off Aldem's headband.
Totally fine. Wasn't gonna use it. I am outfitted.
So you're pretty much sending it back as a, we're paying off the rest in case we're gone longer than 3 months. So keep this on you.
I'll come back for that headband.
Okay.
Actually, I was thinking of using that. No, of course, that's fine.
Well, do I have a sword for you? No. I pull out a regular, basic-ass greatsword.
What about Exa?
He said he was.
I already said I have no.
Okay.
I use my fists now.
Actually, on the note, Jake, did my greatsword turn into my new one, or do I have
Yes.
2 now?
It turned into your new one.
Okay. Good to know.
Yes.
Alright, Ford. I'm
Wait.
kidding.
Different, but yeah. I mean, there's only so many tropes to giving somebody a magical item.
So me and
Yeah.
Jake had a lot of talk before this campaign started about how I basically ripped off like 3 or 4 different Critical Role characters in one.
Oh, we all did. Let's do it, baby.
Says Caleb Jester.
Don't
Yeah.
characters.
So, is there like a love? Okay, this is spoilers. Spoilers to like CR 120, whatever.
These spoil big.
Wait. Okay, speak. I'm just muting you on stream. You're back. Okay, no more spoilers. Okay, we're back. So, she will say, "I'm going to keep this on me, and I will be back here in 3 weeks' time to meet them. I do not trust people around here to keep a..." And she holds up this finely crafted longsword. "Yeah, I don't trust them not to run away with this. So I will be back here and hand deliver it to Roderick myself. Or if I
That's right.
happen to be in Nicodranas, I do know the cold brew, and I will deposit this on your behalf."
It's alright, we don't trust you either.
She gives you a knowing smile and goes, "As you should. As you shouldn't." Verbiage is weird in this language.
Stick to the sea. Language never went well for us.
Ah.
I don't like that.
I know, like 12.
This is Chris's first one of these.
Damage.
Call that 10. Well, I mean, the bear's... Chris, the bear's eating human food now. It's sentient. It's not gonna eat raw meat while you're all eating cooked shit.
That's
Okay,
a good
that's fair.
question. The bear knows, but the bear, like, he's sentient, but he also still has bear tendencies and habits, right?
Oh, yeah. But, like, he has... So, the way I view it is he has...
Acquired tastes.
It's
now.
not even acquired taste. It's more so become civilized.
He
He is now
knows better.
aware of the things that are uncivilized and uncouth, and while he used to find, like, shitting in the middle of the floor fine, like, what was wrong with it, now that he knows better and knows that nobody else does it, and he has an ability to be
Are we gonna
self-conscious.
catch him on the toilet now?
Yeah, he that was one of the basic things. He uses the bucket, whatever the fuck it's called. I can't think.
Yes, sir.
Just call
Chamber pot.
Chamber pot. Thank you. Yeah, he
I like
is
bucket.
he is house trained more than most animals.
poop in a bucket, but we still dump it in the street.
We could just poop in the street, cut out the middle bucket.
They did during the Black Plague. Alright.
I'm ready to set sail. I do not like being in this place at all.
That is
Me too.
wise. And she'll give a loud whistle, and the sail will, the sail will drop, catch some wind, and you guys will start on your way.
I don't like that. I'm a fairly shady person. Don't want to be here.
Wow, what happens if we ever bring in a dark tone, Val?
Kind of hoping that never happens. Not gonna lie.
Never gonna happen. Alright. Who's rolling for
Yeah, you
next?
don't owe that guy dead or anything. Yeah, so next up, let me get off this magic item table because we will not need it, is JR.
That's me!
Does you?
Oh, alright.
Let's see that
Dungeon
yellow dice.
14. Yellow dice.
This is after a long rest, correct?
Yes, you would have had another long rest.
Few, because I had no high level spell slots.
That's why I wasn't sure.
Mistress, if you want to make your roll. Today's an interesting day at sea, as you're all working the day. Mistress notices at first there seems to be a pod of dolphins jumping alongside the ship, and they follow you for several hours. They look playful and friendly, and jump and do that little thing.
Let's
I
go.
jump in the
I've
water and
tried
play with the
talking to
dolphins.
them.
Yes, you can. Exa, as you jump in the water and start playing with them, they will let you hang on to their fins, and they will swim you around, and... Mistress, what do you want to try and say?
Sorry, I was trying to find a recipe. I finally found the seafood book.
Guess I'm having dolphin for dinner.
Oh.
No. I didn't actually want to say anything. I don't have anything
Oh.
to
I would also get down there and-
Yep. For anybody who would like to go into the water, the dolphins, it was a nice day at sea where dolphins found the ship and wanted to be playful, and you can enjoy
I
a
would
nice...
like to talk to the dolphins because that is something I can do. I would like to ask them how is it going, and I would also like to thank them for being so nice and friendly.
They...
So long, fish.
They can't reply in words because they are not that intelligent, but they do reply in pictures, and it's... You see the way that they see the break of the water and how, like, jumping and how free it feels, and you get the idea of that to them it's a perfect day, and they found a ship to interact with and figured it'd be fun, and they seem like they're in a good mood.
I
Do I have to tune to that? Oh. Nice.
Is it attunement or no?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think it is either.
Also, that put exhausting speed.
But also, do I just, like, hang on to them and just, like, let them skirt me right on the top of the water, kind of like you're hanging onto the back of a truck?
You
On
can
a
choose to
skateboard?
stay in water or not.
Yeah, you can choose to let yourself submerge.
I know, but even at my walking speed, it's not as fast as...
Oh, the ship is going? Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, the
So-
dolphins are going as fast as the ship is going, so they can carry you and bring you forward, as long as you can hold on.
Swimming
Yeah.
or whatever.
Is Val joining the dolphins, or is he secretly scared of dolphins?
No, Val is on the deck of the ship since it's a nice day, but he's got the new sword out, and he's just trying to make heads or tails of it.
Oh yeah, that still hasn't been identified, has it?
It hasn't. I have no idea how to make it work. And it
Oh,
has weird
sorry.
runes on it that I
Can I
can't read.
cast identify on it? I said it at the same time as you, but I didn't.
Like, I was gonna come find you at some point.
Maybe. If I notice it, I'll cast identify on it.
You're
Yeah,
not in the water, are you?
Sure.
Okay.
Who, me or?
Soul. Soul, are you in the water or no?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So yes, I'd say Soul, you could easily see Val like inspecting his old like cold steel and leather wrapped greatsword that you're so familiar to now has a dull bronze tint to the entire thing. In the pommel, you see a large dull sapphire. And across the etching of the blade, you do see runes of some sort.
So, can you read this? I've been trying to make heads or tails of it, and I think
Can I
it
read
might be a language, but
What languages do you know?
So glad you asked. Let me read all 12.
Do you really know 12
just-
languages?
Just kidding. I know 4. Common, Elvish, Infernal, Undercommon.
You do not know it.
That'd be wild if I did, though. Cast comprehend languages.
As you do
I'm
so...
also on,
What'd you say?
I said I'm also on the deck of the ship. Could I take a look at those languages?
Your passive's high enough. What do you know?
Common, deep speech, halfling, and thieves' cant.
You do not know it either. But
Go back to hole.
It's Sylvan, and the one who speaks Sylvan is in the water.
no, so does comprehend language let you know what language it's in, or just lets you read it?
Probably lets me read it. Can I do like a history or arcana check to see if I know what language it is? Like by the how it's written, you know? 'Cause languages.
You can do a history, not arcana.
Alright. Sounds bueno.
And Aladim, if you want to do a history or what I just DM'd you.
17.
comprehend languages, I don't think tells you one way or the other.
It doesn't tell
That's-
you. It just
that's-
lets you read it.
Yeah, that's why I'm asked for the history check.
But so long as you can tell me what it is,
Uh,
I mean, like, tell me what the words are.
You do know that the runes along the blade do say, because comprehend language is a little iffy. It translates in your mind to vengeance will be served.
Jake, did you want me to make that religion roll?
Yes, that was. You can make that or history if you want to find out what language it's in.
Fuck, the one number I never want to see.
With a 2, no, you don't. You do not know which language it's in.
What about the 17 history?
Oh yes, you remember some of these runes in some of your past texts as celestial.
Yes, sir. I guessed that, but it was off mic, so haha, take that. I guess identify on it.
Do you want me to just read it out loud? Because I'm guessing you're not going to keep it a secret.
We'll keep it a secret. You can send it to the weekend boys. I'd like to see the whole thing.
Okay. Let me do this smart.
So
Keep it a
identifies it and
You'll
tells
never
well.
know.
It's
So
just
I
a
think
basic.
this would be. I think this would be good for mistress. All of them maybe.
So, a large bronze greatsword with a sapphire in its pommel. This sword has. Oh, sorry. God, I'm reading this so out of order. Basically, the sword is a +1 greatsword, and with a command word, it can erupt into electricity, and has another passive effect at the very bottom.
Wild. That's right. That's good.
But Soul does explain this all to you, Val, and you've... did I put it in the... Yeah. You've attuned to it, but now hearing him say everything, like the things you unconsciously knew... Like you said, you had unconsciously done some of the effects, but not known how, but now that he tells you what it can do, you do gain some semblance of control. How much control is up to you. On those
Well, now I
effects.
know what the command word is to do the extra lightning damage.
Yes, and only you know it. I don't think does identify reveal the command word.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It does for it at least it did for the Staff of the Woodland.
Not gonna lie, I just assumed the command word was like vengeance.
It is. It's 100% vengeance in Celestial.
Celeste.
So, if you really want me to look up the pronunciation of that and send it to you, I can, or we can just go with the whole you say the command word after Soul teaches you how to pronounce it for like
I'm
5
kind of
minutes.
looking it up as we speak, not gonna lie. Just for curiosity's sake.
Is there actually one?
Probably. Though all these translators are so specific on what words people have made. Nope. Here, we'll make it this, because I didn't find one for vengeance. But I'm DMing it to Bo.
Is it just vengeance backwards?
Nope.
That'd be good. I recommend that.
Vengeance.
Oh, nice.
Ian.
But that is done. Oladim, you do sit there and you overhear all of this, but if you want to do anything, that's up to you.
No, my brain's too smooth.
So, Mistress and Exa, you have a great day playing with the Dolphins. They eventually nudge you back to the ship and then go on their way, doing a couple little hops out of the water and tail flips. And I was really hoping you rolled that on the encounter table because that was a fun little one I put in there.
Dolphin.
Yeah. Like, I was like, what are good sea encounters? And somebody's like, a pot of dolphins. I was like, yeah, we're going with that.
Like the movie Winter's Tale. Clearwater, Florida. Okay.
I'm not gonna go. I was about to go into Winter and how apparently she's really annoying because I have a friend that works there. But you know,
Really?
yeah, she's really.
Winter.
If she's not getting attention, she's like a diva and like will just sit.
Oh
out
man, I get that though. Oh, Florida.
Yeah. Unless anybody wants to do anything, the night goes well. I can grab this. The next day's role will be Mistress.
Is it a D20?
Yes.
Nice.
Make your roll for food. The day goes normal. There's nothing special about it. You just work, eat, sleep, have some jokes with friends, practice with your new shiny sword. Fish stew? Okay.
Keep sleepy, Mary.
Yeah. Unless there's anything anybody wants to do, we will just proceed to the next day.
I did want to take this day to sit down with Callisto. How many days do we have left?
10.
Okay.
How many days on sea then?
2. You are halfway to your location. Or to your
What?
point.
How many days do we have left of Callisto being with us?
Oh, Callisto.
Involuntarily. That's what I was asking.
Oh, you got him here. Shit, let me do some quick math.
Okay.
Got him here, and we're just gonna do. So that's 4. You spent 2 days. 5, 6, 7. It's been 19 days since you cast Awaken on him, so it's 30 days of charm, correct,
Yeah.
Ben?
Yeah.
So you have 11 days left of charm.
Okay. So I'll be spending quite a bit of time with him this day to warn him of everything about the Feywild, including specificities of do's and don'ts, now that he can speak and eat real food. Yeah.
He listens to what you say and takes it in, but also has that like childlike arrogance of like, okay, that'll never happen to me. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's
Okay.
still like less than a year old. So
Yeah.
Our fucking bear is gonna get trapped by the Fae, and we're not gonna get him back.
if you're in the Fae long enough, he might just choose to stay. It is the Fae. But that'll
This
happen.
is accurate.
And then
Oh.
everyone else will see Mistress and the Bear speaking a whole lot of Sylvan for like an hour.
Okay. Anything else anybody has on their agenda, or move to the next day? Yeah.
If there's anything.
Bo, you were up next for rolls. Ooh,
Take a roll with a 19.
that's what you think. So, as you start to get into the Torrid Reef, the day is beautiful. The breeze is perfect. And you start to coast along the outside ridges of the Torrid Reef to not see anything, or to not, get into the reef and have to navigate the hard rocks that are there. Around, or pretty early in the morning, probably around like 9 in the morning, so not early, but sun is out and not much into the day, you do see what appears to be a shipwreck off in the reefs. Probably easily enough that like you could probably pull the ship up within like 100 feet of it and just use one of the rowboats to get to it. But it appears that possibly during a storm or something, it was picked up by a wave and then crashed down onto these, and the center of the hull is, you can see a large piece of coral rock just sticking out from it.
Clearly, we need to go take a look at that.
Listen, I know this isn't an indicator of what we should expect, but last time we went into a shipwreck, I got turned into a different person and then didn't see anyone for 3 years. So I'm not itching to go into this one.
I believe
For
it.
yourself, robot boy, I want to.
Yeah.
This
if
one
you
doesn't
don't-
look like a flying ship. It looks like a normal ship, but you're not wrong, Exa.
You take a quick
Can
look
I
on it.
make some sort of history check to know what ships might have been around? I mean,
It looks like a normal. First, okay, so you're decently far away, though. Make a perception check, just to see if you can tell any details from this far away. It has a blue and silver, what looks to be very sun-tattered, worn sail, and it's made of a nice dark. It's a dark oak wood. It doesn't seem like it would be anything, or sorry, it doesn't scream Concord to you. It's probably definitely, it was an independent merchant vessel. So you don't get like, oh, this is a Concord ship. The whole ship is a mimic. Shh, Trey, stop spoiling things.
I'm not going to lie, curiosity gets the best of me a lot, but like we do have a goal.
Well, yeah, we have a goal, but There could be good things there.
Curiosity gets the best of me.
Could be
Like
good
I
things.
said, maybe we should
see.
take it to the group and have a vote on whether or not we'd stop and check this out real quick. Yeah, 'cause
Against
we
my
have-
better
we have like a
instincts,
whole
I will
5 days
vote
to
yes.
wait, right?
So that's one for yes from Exa.
Hold on, we still have a full like 5 days to wait once we get on land, right?
You have, I think, 4 days to play with. Yeah. You have 4.
Do we also?
Sorry, go on.
Where are we at on the map exactly? Are we on the dot?
So the moving fire is where you are. Technically, by the end of the day, you will be here.
Jake, we don't see the moving fire.
I'd see it. I was just making sure it was accurate.
You guys see it? I don't see it.
Look up on the.
It's on the R and the I.
I don't see it.
Look on stream
Twitch
tray.
Yeah, I see it on stream. It's not on my screen.
That's
That's weird.
Maybe reset your roll 20.
Yeah.
Maybe logging to Wildemount, not Ubu.
He's here. I would have yelled at him for that, but
I'm just
I know.
joking.
Give it a quick reload.
Mistress, how deep into the forest do we have to go? So once we get on land, how long of a journey is it? Because we were headed to the mouth of the river, but like, this is the last chance to change direction and get somewhere closer. I don't know how far up the river we can sail, but I thought that might buy us some time.
It's 6 days, Jake.
Yes. 6 days from when you land to when you get there. Technically, 2 of those are half days. Like, you'll land with half a day and then walk half a day. That will count as 1 day, type of thing. So
See,
5 and a
I
half
think we can-
of pure travel.
I think we can take the day to check this out.
We have time.
But again, I say we vote, and I vote to look.
2 for look.
I just look at Mistress. Whichever way she votes, I'm gonna vote.
I vote yes. That's the majority.
Wow.
That is silent diplomacy.
Fuck your votes. We don't care.
I'm still looking at
See?
Mistress like, if you vote no, it's...
And you will
I'm all
notice.
for a vote, but we're doing this for you.
Consent is key. No means no. No. Seeing everyone's enthusiasm and even Val's thankful concern of the time that we spend not sailing, she'll just like make the motion of like, let's move forward towards the sunken ship.
Val, as you look up, you will notice that 3 Earrings, overhearing all of your conversation, is just looking at you for like, she gets what the other people are saying, but you're one of her, so she's gonna listen to what you actually say to do because of respect.
As soon as
job.
Mistress kind of gives that hand wave, I immediately, energetically turn to 3 Earrings and tell her to change course for the ship.
Anyone up for a swim?
With
As
one,
Yeah,
I
like direct
my
people
manta ray
around.
cloak around me?
with one hand, she spins the wheel and the ship takes a sharp left turn and starts coasting up to the ship. And she does, within about 20 minutes of sailing, gets you about 150 feet away from the ship and just goes, from here it's on you. I don't want to test those waters. And you do look over and you do see that probably about 30 feet from the ship is where some nice jagged coral starts to peek through the wake.
Except, be careful of the pink gems you touch.
Yeah, don't touch any mysterious rocks. I got it. And then I'm gonna wrap my cloak around me and just.
Who all wants to go?
I'm hopping off the ship right now.
Well,
So-
I mean, I think we have rowboats. Alright.
So Exa jumps off with his cloak and starts diving through. Aladim takes a run, jump, and does a front flip off, landing on the water and just sprinting across.
Breaks his ankle.
Mistress kind of just... It's like, I'm not eagerly jumping. It's kind of just like how... like the super cool, laid-back people just jump off the building and then turns into a Narshark.
So Mistress takes a step up onto the railing, turns around to all of you, gives you like a nice little salute, and just turns into a shark. Sorry, I had to go extra with that. No. Mistress just takes a step off and turns into a shark. Val, Soul, what are you doing?
I'm looking at Soul like, I can get there. Can you get there?
Don't worry about me. I run, jump off the ship, do a plie, turn right back around, cast Misty Step, and go back on the ship. No, I'm good. I'm all good.
Are you sure we can lower a boat and I can row? It's
Oh, that
fine.
sounds like a lot. I'll stay here. I'll make sure no sharks attack us. No regular sharks attack us. Wow.
Alright.
Things happening. You
I'll-
guys have fun.
I'll
Don't
step
die.
up backwards on the railing and just fall over backwards into the water and start swimming.
Okay. All of your speeds are stupid in the water because it's almost like you've adapted to having half of the campaign so far being on the water. So 150.
Except for Soul.
Except for Soul.
I'll just stay.
All of you cover the distance in a
Poor
matter
Soul.
of seconds. 10 seconds pass and you all are either running across the water or weaving in and out of the coral. Luckily, this is on the edge of the torrid reef, so the coral is not thick yet. Exa, as you dart through the water, and there is a couple, like, you see some, like, fish flee from you immediately, and then you see, like, a barracuda come out of one of the things, and it, like, starts eyeing you, and then Mistress's Narshark form appears next to you and is swimming at your space, and it immediately goes, "Fuck that!" and goes away. But you do see beautiful wildlife and crystal clear water, and you all approach the ship, which seems to be somewhere in between the size of Three Earrings' small little fast ship and the massive warship you had. Val, can you make a history... what would be a good check for telling how long it's been here? I did not write a check down. Investigation check.
Or nature to see.
Yeah, investigation or nature.
growing on it and stuff. Also, Mistress, you should probably start using that Narshark to go spearfishing. Seems like it'd be fun.
I was muted. Do I see any fish around me? Or have they all just disappeared?
They fled with Exa, and then the few that were remaining around fled when they saw you.
Okay, so how close are we to the ship at this moment?
You can get up, like, 10 feet, you can touch the hull. Val, with that nature check, it's probably been here for about a week, and you see no signs of life, or bodies. You do notice that the rowboats are missing.
I'm going to, I don't know how to signal this because I've not ever done this. I'm gonna hope that a nudge to Val will signal, "Don't let me drown." I'm going to unshape, like hold my breath and unshape, and cast Detect Magic.
The ship is above the water for like
Oh.
not for about 80% of it. Like I said, it was a big wave that brought it up and then down onto this rock. This rock is normally above the surface of the sea. It just seems that they had really, really bad luck.
Well then, poo. Okay, unshape, walk on the ship, and do Detect Magic.
Make an athletics check for me. You are climbing the side of a slimy ass ship. So anybody who'd like to go up, save Aladdin because you'll probably just shadow step up there. Make an athletics check to get up onto the deck.
In future reference, nudging means, hey, I have about 3 seconds, don't let me drown, though.
Val, all of them? Or sorry, not all of them, Val. Mistress and Exa, you guys make it up to the top of the ship just fine. It looks very sun-bleached and like it hasn't been properly cleaned in about a week. Tons of bird shit and just what looks to be things that might have like seaweed caked the top from maybe a storm. But detect magic doesn't reveal anything on the main deck. There is a small room at the front, a captain's quarter at the back, and then a storage level, or a crew quarters below you.
But within 30 feet, does detect magic do anything?
Detect magic usually does, but there is some things that block magic, because certain thickness of wood and or otherwise does block the vision.
Okay.
And boats are one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Or the best spell, if you're a DM and you want to be an asshole to players who pick Detect Magic, which is Nistel's Magic Aura.
I could never.
Well, I have that for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, so as you search the ship...
And this is Fear Bulk magic, so I only have it the one time.
Okay. Where are you searching first?
What parts are underwater?
So you'd assume that like the bottom of the hull is underwater, like probably about it's definitely wedged onto this rock above the normal water line of the ship where it usually sits, but there's probably about the bottom like 6 feet, 7 feet of the ship are underwater.
I want to go ahead and check captain's quarters for any keys or anything.
Okay, make an
need those.
Investigation check for me. Yeah. In the captain's quarters, it looks like in disarray, and it definitely looks like some of the stuff has been taken, clothes and otherwise, but there is some things laying around. You find no keys, though you do find... If I can pull up the right damn document. A couple nice pieces of artwork, small statues, canvas, things that have miraculously been saved from the weather in here. You find 6 of them, all worth around 25 gold. And on his desk, you do notice a bottle that looks like ink, but you accidentally knock it over, and the way it moves around in the bottle looks... It's not ink.
I'll take these back out to the group and let them figure them out. Because I don't really have anywhere to store.
Does the bottle...
Yes, once he brings it, once the doors open, you would have also seen it light up on the desk. It does have a faint bit of magical aura from it.
Does anything else in the room give off anything?
Not in the captain's quarters, no.
Okay.
If only we had someone who could identify what magic items were.
Yeah.
It's a shame we don't have
does it
anyone like that on our
stopper
team.
on it? Or is it...
Yes, it does. It does
okay.
have like a very nice like stopper.
Okay. I'll put it in my bag.
Okay. So that is the captain's quarters. There is still a small cargo room at the front and the underside of the ship. Soul's not there. Exa, Mistress, Val is technically still on the reef, just looking up at the ship, unless he's doing something else I didn't see.
Cargo room, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Exa, make that investigation with advantage if Mistress is going to help you.
Yeah.
Oh, I just realized my thing was gone. Can I also get guidance, please? Investigation.
Guidance.
I have. That's actually my highest skill.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, that's still 24 because you gave him advantage and guidance.
Oh, you already rolled it. I didn't see.
22,
Yeah.
24, either one is fine. This door is a little wedged shut, but with the three of you there, we'll say Val's up on ship. I don't know where Bo is, if he's here or not.
I'm still in the water, treading water. I was gonna start like investigating under the ship if they didn't find anything, but
Okay, I mean, if you do, while they're doing this, we can say there's definitely a hole you can slip into and start investigating the bottom if you'd like.
sure.
Okay, so you're doing that while they're up top.
Yeah.
Between the three of you, like getting this door open is not a problem. In this room, you find what appears to be a small, what once would have been a supply room, / armory. You see some places where like swords would have hung. The sword racks on the walls are empty. There's a couple places where spear sits that are also empty. Though through investigating the room, you do find a small chest in a corner under some debris that holds a. When you look inside, it holds a potion vial with what looks like liquid nitrogen in it for just ease of description. White frost, very, very cold to the touch. And then on the other side of the room, you do find a small box, and when you open it, there is 10 ornately carved knives, throwing knives. So, ornately made throwing knives. But that is it down there. That is it in that room.
Do we just find the knives, or do I see the knives because they're magical?
You do not see the knives through the box, and you do not see the potion through the box, though once they open it, you do see the essence. These do appear to be lead-lined boxes.
And both light up magical?
Once opened,
Or
yes.
just- Okay.
All 10 knives and the potion. And Bo, if you can make an investigation check for me while you're underwater in the hull of the ship. Why can I never say that word?
Can I find the name of the ship anywhere?
You see something on the back, though it is too worn away to tell you anything of value.
I'll
Go on.
go ahead.
It looks like it either might have been intentionally carved away or just sitting here with the rough seas. Some of the letters are pulled off. You do see the letters in order T. So the first word is probably the. You see the spaces, like the spacing for the. And the next one has W, and then a couple spaces, E, a couple spaces, R. So it's kinda hard, but if you wanted to inquire about it later, it might help you narrow down what ship this was, if you hear about a wreckage type of thing.
It's the Wave Runner.
Right. Did I find anything inside the ship? Or could I even find a way inside the ship?
Yeah, like going to where the coral punctured it, it definitely shattered some of that wood upward, so there is a way for you to crawl or to like squeeze yourself in there. With a 15, you find a bunch of the stuff down here that could have been salvageable for loot. Some furs, some nice cloth is just ruined after days of sitting in salt water. Though you do find a metal lockbox that you cannot seem to open without either breaking it's locked basically. And you do find a body. It looks like whoever was in the hull of the ship, you find pinned up, like he's on the coral, pinned between the coral and the main deck of the ship. And on him, you see a very pale elven man, in robes that remind you somewhat of how Soul is dressed. And with a 15, if you give a loose check to his body, you would find a potion of greater healing.
Well, he's not going to need that anymore, and I'll pocket that. There's no
And-
way to get him. He's wedged in.
No, you would need to lift up the ship or destroy the coral rock from under him, which would then cause the ship to just keep weighing down on him. So I mean, if you like went upstairs with the rock, like with the and cut out the wood from behind him, the ship would jolt downwards as it's no longer being supported, but his body would be free-ish. Though you get from the scene that probably a good half of his body shouldn't be seen by people.
Well, it's a shitty barrel, but it's a barrel nonetheless. Can I make my way to the top through the ship, or do I need to go back out? And
You can make your way to the top through the ship.
and find the rest of them.
Again, the door's a little wedged, but with your strength, it's nothing to just break it open. As you come out, you do see them leaving from the front room of the ship. But
Well, call after him. I found a few things. Found one of the people that was on the ship.
Nice.
Sorry, I've had a potion of greater healing, and I can't.
By the way that you said that, it sounds like they're probably dead.
Oh yeah, no, they're quite dead.
You gotta lead with these things.
Unless someone can speak to the dead, I think they're best left down there. But I found this too in the same room. I'll hold up the lockbox.
I can speak to the dead. Unfortunately, they do not speak back, so it is of minimal use.
That's
Wow,
fair.
it's creepy.
This access new.
I don't know what's in it. It's locked.
No,
I'm
X
gonna
just
open it.
talks to dead bodies. Like, it's not a spell or anything. He's just a
I'll,
fucking...
I'll hold up the box, the potion, and the bottle of ink.
Also, are you keeping the lead-lined boxes or no?
They're helpful.
Okay.
So yes.
So, yes, they are. You all have the loot you have found. Anything else you'd like to do on the ship? Any place else you'd like to search?
No.
Are there any places left to search? Have we missed a
Yeah, I think
room?
we covered
name?
everything, didn't we?
Yeah.
You covered the main. I mean, like if somebody wanted, I'm not going to tell you other places that you could look for things. I told you the main points that you would notice on, obviously. But
I will backtrack past everyone on my way up through the ship and make sure we didn't miss anything.
make a
Is the ship upside down?
nope. It's right side up.
I'd like to check the deck, if we didn't already.
The main deck is wind swept clear. Like there's definitely piles of like seaweed and other things that have splashed up onto the deck, dried, and then the wind has pushed them to corners. But there doesn't seem to be anything of actual value. Val, you would have noticed on the underside there was 2 cannons on the ship that are completely and utterly shattered by the coral reef. Like the cannons themselves are in one shape. Don't get me wrong; it didn't destroy iron, but the housings and the wheels they were on has left them slightly dented and to the side.
You know what? I'd like to get one of those cannons.
They're gonna weigh like, how much does a cast iron cannon weigh? Like a ton?
A lot.
But not nearly that much once you push it into the water.
Yeah, but then it just sinks.
It sinks, and then we're gonna drag it to the ship, and then we're gonna have them haul it onto the ship.
How big is the ship How big is the ship comparatively?
Bigger than.
Fun fact: when I played Descent into Avernus in the 2 sessions I played, there was a player who legit had a portable cannon.
So no, you cannot, because an average cannon that I'm looking up is 8,000 pounds. So
That's heavy.
I'm gonna say that.
That's a bit too much.
Yeah, that's a bit too much, even with water weight being
That
weird.
player was BSing a portable can or like a gun. That's what they had.
I mean,
Portable
there are
cannons
like
just-
rail-mounted deck cannons that
Oh, yeah.
shoot like fist-sized cannonballs, but
Yeah, there was deck-mounted 50 caliber like ball bearing stuff that were totally viable, but this, no.
Were there any rooms that, on my way up through the ship, were there any rooms that we didn't check?
No, it's pretty much the underside was one big cargo hold and crew quarters all in one. If there was walls or doors separating, they no longer existed. You couldn't see the underside of the front of the ship, but it looked like you would have to probably break in from above or break in from below on the front to get into it, because the coral was taking up the entire pathway.
How close are we to the shore?
The shore of what?
Just the coastline. Any particular coastline.
So technically, you came upon this about right here, so the nearest coastline would be about 82 miles, to your east.
Just south of the Harstar Peaks.
It's a long way for someone to go on rowboats and life rafts.
They could have been traveling with another ship or multiple ships and just ended up on one of those.
They could have been. It's the
Especially
the
if
best
it is
case
a merchant
scenario.
vessel.
It's the best case scenario.
At worst case, they're still floating out there somewhere.
A week in, they'd either be dead by dehydration or have gotten to safety.
Oh yeah, floating out there. I didn't say floating out there alive.
There, good point. Good point.
I don't really see that's how that's a worst case for us. It's a worst case for them.
Worst case for them. Unless
case.
they're vengeful ghosts now and they're going to come after whoever raided their ship.
I don't know about raiding.
Plundering, perhaps.
We're cleaning up the trash in this ocean.
Speaking of cleaning, do you want to try and open this lockbox here or wait until we get back to Earring Ship?
Maybe when we get back. Unless anyone wants to try to open it here. I don't know. I feel like this is a precarious spot to be opening a lockbox.
Let's go back.
Sounds good.
Okay. Again, with all of your modes of travel, you're back at the ship within like 10 seconds of diving off the deck of this one. Ladder is lowered for you all, and you see Soul's smiling face looking as you all climb up, dripping wet.
Well, I'm not wet.
Well, you can. I mean, you're still a little wet, but you're not soaked. You can stand on water, but you can't avoid.
I'm wet when you look at me like
I'm not wet.
face.
But-
Soaked down there.
You all make it to the ship. 3 earrings will look at you. Find anything good on there?
Hopefully.
I'm still figuring that out. I'll pull the lockbox out.
Ugh, very
Also,
fun.
what was the ink bottle? I did miss that.
It's not an ink bottle. Nobody's identified it yet. So
Oh, Soul.
What? Sorry, that was aggressive. That was a lot. What?
A little bit.
I'm so sorry.
I was going to ask if you could maybe help me figure out what this is.
Oh, okay. That I can do. I cannot swim. Well, I can swim, but I cannot traverse the water like you guys. But I can identify a bottle. Perhaps.
It's more than just a bottle, but okay.
What is it?
No. I mean, like, I also have a potion.
Oh my
and
gosh.
these knives.
Oh my gosh, there's
Right,
so many
there's
knives.
a lot of stuff, yes.
There's like 10.
Let's look at this
It's a
from
good
what we
amount.
think would be the most interesting first, then.
The knives.
Yeah, probably that. Actually, the lockbox, because we don't know what's in that yet, right? I'll check it for traps.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Alright, someone help me out.
3 earrings.
I can
will-
help you out.
I will help you. I am proficient in thieves' tools and have investigation.
Yes, between the two of you have advantage on that investigation check.
Don't forget to get guidance.
Can I get guidance?
Yes.
Ooh, 21. 21.
Yeah!
It does not appear to be trapped. You do notice that it is a tightly sealed iron box, and it has a nice design laid into it of a massively sprawling tree with that looks like a sun high in the sky above it, lightly laid into it. But besides that, it just appears.
Is that anything that I might recognize?
Make a history check. No, you do not recognize it. But it is locked still, so if somebody would like to make a thieves tools checks, or let
Exa, you got that?
Is it something that I would make a history check for?
you
I would
can,
sure like to
though
make a
it would
thieves
just
tools
be
check.
a regular one. You do not recognize the sail, and the design that's faintly on the sail is also on the top of this lockbox. So you can make a history check, but not at advantage. It's not a common thing around here. 18.
That's still a history check.
It is, but it does not pass for knowing who these belong to.
Again.
That's just, can I get guidance? I'm no longer particularly good at lockpicking.
I'm so glad this is a cantrip.
Hey,
Does
just
help.
think, you could be Soul Ascending.
It's the most important part of being a druid is casting guidance constantly.
And you get guidance, and you get guidance, and you get guidance.
Everybody gets a
So
guidance.
this is plus. Oh, I don't have any decks anymore, so R 1d20 plus. That's extremely disappointing. It was so close to being a 17.
Your fingers don't move as they used to. You're not as nimble with it, and your new body isn't. It's just not doing what you want, and it doesn't give way to you. You do see 3 earrings poke her head over. If you'd like, I could assist with this.
Does all of them also have proficiency?
Feel free. I don't know. I forgot how
do
to
not
do
have
this.
proficiency in use tools now. I mean, I could give it a try, but
Well,
I might
let's
break
let
those
3
tools.
earrings. Yeah, 3 earrings. Do it.
Rogues be crazy with skills and shit.
They do.
3 earrings sits down and pulls out a couple things from her waistband and goes to work and just. And the lid opens a little bit and she stands up and like wipes her hands off and goes, "There you go," and walks away. Though definitely peeking over her shoulder to see what's inside the box.
well, Val, what do we have?
Nosy.
It's Dick. Dick blocks.
I mean, I
See with your CIs, Val.
imagine she opened it in front of everybody.
Oh, she didn't open it. She just let the lid crack to show it was open and then walked away, not
Oh, okay.
keeping like a.
Let's all open it like we're in the Goonies.
Yeah, no, I'll flip it open. Let's
You see. So the box was luckily watertight for a while, and then eventually water leaked in. And as as you prop it open, there is what looks to be long cloth wrapped cylinders, and a couple of them where it is the water did degrade some of the material. You see bits of metal shining through.
I use prestidigitation to dry everything off.
It's not really a prestidigitation job because there is like a sediment amount of water in here. So it's like
I take them out and dry.
So you take them out and dry them,
I don't.
and as you unwrap them, you just see that it is hundreds of coins, very neatly
Whee!
wrapped.
Oh,
Are they special coins or just regular coins?
Nope, they're general. They're common currency.
All right, who's gonna count it? I vote Calypso.
Wait, give me a
Callisto?
second. I did this
Callisto.
beforehand.
Calypso.
Calypso.
Calypso's the woman on the island in the Odyssey.
One's broken
That's
down into spendable.
And then House of Hades,
That's broken down.
a book by Rick Riordan.
Wait, so the what?
The second amount is converted to platinum and broken down per person.
Okay, okay. I was looking at it as one string of text.
No, yeah.
I am currently. What?
I broke it down, converted it all to platinum, just because I don't really care about what actual currency you have in your inventory. I think that's kind of I don't do coin weight and all that.
Yeah.
So the second line, the 62 platinum, is once it's all added together and divided 5 ways. That's this 5-way split.
I just kind of glance over through 3 earrings before we count it out.
She gives you like a little smile of like, I'm just the.
Oh, no, I just give her a shrug, like, no offense, but you're not cutting this.
Yeah,
But it's a little awkward.
You have seen that her rapier on her hip has been replaced by her short sword, and she is holding no hard feelings at all.
Also, I don't know if Soul should get a cut of this.
Wow.
Hey,
We identify.
Soul didn't come, so.
Okay.
I guess I'll throw these knives across out of the deck then. They probably are nothing.
Just because Soul can't go in the water doesn't make him not a useful member of the team.
They are
I'm actually made of
knives.
water.
If you throw
I'm
those
not
knives
every
into the
paper.
water, I'm going to rip your testicles off and replace
You
your
can get
nipples.
them. It's like it'll be a fun joke we play. I did this really good bit earlier. I think you already left when I did it. Nah, we joke. We have fun.
About your balls?
Oh no! It was magic. I did a magic. It was fun. I had fun.
So, what's
What was that?
with those knives?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. They're actually.
So are you casting spells, or are you taking the time?
I'll take the time.
So over the next 30 minutes, Soul does his rituals and identifies the 3 things in front of you that are magical.
Ooh.
And I'm going to post this in Twitch chat too, just so everybody can see. Why did that not copy everything?
Cause it hates you.
I mean, I hit myself too, but damn.
Just-
Why is it...
I hate your dad, but thankfully that problem's gone.
Same. So, the knives are very finely balanced throwing knives.
Would that just be a dagger?
It works as a dagger, or yeah, it works as a dagger's damage. But they're more so. They have no hilt, so stabbing with them is a little precarious if your hand was to slip up and cut yourself on the blade, type of thing. So it could be used. It's just.
Yeah,
not
it's like
with
a
it.
true throwing dagger. Okay.
Yeah, they're true throwing knives. So use the dart statistic for them. A +1 dart, I guess, would be the best way to put it.
Hot damn.
Anyone good at
Hot
throwing knives?
damn.
The 10 things I am proficient in. In weapons. I'm
Just
kidding.
about to ask, does anybody throw darts?
I am proficient in it.
The monk and the druid both do.
Also, I'm now aware that there's a weapon of certain death dart.
Oh, I can.
I literally don't think there's any class that can't throw darts.
Yeah.
They're simple.
Right, but I
Right.
can count it as a monk weapon.
It's true. Wait, what are darts? I missed that.
The throwing knives are just pretty much +1 darts that are designed to be throwing knives.
Oh, yeah, I can throw those in 1d6 + 5 then.
Yeah, I would definitely give them to Alden because he has the good
Monk shit.
Dexterity?
But I think his.
good dexterity. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's quite agile.
What
Slippery, even.
what distance
Slippery,
do they are?
Slippery, if you must.
What's
Perhaps
that, mistress?
acrobatic.
Oh no, I'm asking. About 2060. Do they have the same?
Yes, they have the same 2060 range.
So all of them's got some long distance now.
He already did. The spiked gauntlets can throw the spikes.
Fair.
I mean, to be fair, it was no
I mean,
offense, but creepy shadow jumpy thing. He already kind of had distance.
Yeah, I really don't need these because I do have the spikes from the gauntlet that do more than that.
We could sell them when we get the chance if no one, because I have magic. I probably. I mean,
yeah,
I could
if no
use
one
it
wants them.
if I'm in a situation where I can still use my hands but not do magic. I guess, but I don't want to be in that situation.
Mistress, do you have any actual need for these?
No.
Anyone else?
Nope.
For a little more weight, I'm not going to lie.
Then I say we put them in a pool to sell them.
Put them in the pool.
Hey, thank you for that follow. Tremendous Gaming.
Tremendous.
Does anyone have an idea how much that longsword would go for?
At least 2.
3 Earrings is still listening in.
I
What?
kind of look in her direction as I ask.
Depends who you sell it to. You trying to sell it through the Revelry, they're going to cut off part of it. I could probably get about 2,000 for it on Dark Toe. You sell it to a reputable dealer, maybe 22, 25, maybe 3,000 if they're feeling generous.
So someone that we know that we're putting it on trade would probably take it for 3,100.
If you have a good reputation, they might do that. They
I was thinking package some of the daggers, darts, throwing knives, whatever we're calling them. Package some of them with it.
We could send it all to him, and then whatever's extra, he could keep his store credit for us.
Yeah.
Or she? Is it a she? I don't know.
It's a he.
No, it's okay. I don't think I've ever paid attention.
He's
always just been the person
6
there.
foot tall, pale sorcerer with black robes, 1 normal eye and 1 completely black eye.
Oh, so I really don't want him around Lily. That's
Surprisingly
I
enough,
can
surprisingly enough, he's probably the only person in the city besides you guys that Lily truly enjoys besides her family.
Again, I jest.
Yeah.
I believe he's ambidextrous too.
Ooh, that's fun.
I mean,
likes men and women.
I was supposed to be for the pronoun.
I'm just, again, this is based off of my best friend's player character for so many years, and his character was bi, so I was thinking just ambidextrous this entire time.
That's funny.
Yeah. So 3 Earrings will look. So I take it that is, I'm going to include these very nice knives in the package to your man.
I mean, do you have any use for them?
And she'll pick up 3, not 10, but if you wouldn't mind me taking 3, I wouldn't. And you do notice that on her left side, tucked away in her leather armor, you do see 3 hilts of throwing daggers that she does keep there.
Have a few for yourself. Why not?
I think this has been a very, very profitable journey for you, Earrings.
Listen, sometimes you make friends on the sea and they come back to pay it forward later. I gave you a ride when you had nobody else. I do this now, we stay friends, we both profit. I don't see a problem with this arrangement.
So what about the potion of ice breath and the oil of slipperiness?
So
go ahead.
Yeah, she is nosy as fuck.
That.
She's noisy too, because I can't.
You can't what?
I said noisy instead of nosy.
Oh, okay. So the potion of ice breath just acts as a potion of fire breath. So it's a potion of fire breath, but it just does cold damage instead of fire. And the oil of slipperiness is something I'm going to have to pull up because it's a slightly complex description.
I think I might keep that on me, because I feel like I'm the most agile to dispense it wherever we might need it.
It can cover.
Mal just kind of frowns like, you? I'm the one that has trouble fitting into places.
Again, if I keep it on me and you need it, I can hand it to you. But
I
if
don't
we
know.
also use it as a trap against something,
It's not that. So the oil of slipperiness, it takes 10 minutes to apply to yourself, and then you gain the effect of freedom of movement, which means that no way, magical or otherwise, can restrain you for 8 hours.
I don't like where that just went.
Yes, you are looping up your body, so that way you are unaffected by difficult terrain and spells, and you cannot, and your speed cannot be reduced. You cannot target speed nor cause the target to be paralyzed or restrained. So you are immune to being grappled, but I guess not. Yeah, I guess grappled because restrained is the form of that. Paralyzed, you're not involved by difficult terrain, and spells that would hold you no longer do so.
I'm going to pretend that Soul just explained that to me. I'm going to very swiftly hand that file over to Val.
Oh no, I was just joking.
I don't want to lube up my body.
Me
Ever.
neither. Oil's not my thing, and I pass it off to Mistress.
Oh, so just give it to the woman, I see.
She's the one standing next to me in my mental picture of this.
We're just passing
Wait,
those
did
off.
Jake just say that? Or 3 earrings? Because
Both.
3 earrings is getting catty, as we might say. She is overstepping.
It's almost like she's a cat.
It's almost like she's being rude as fuck.
Pirate.
Yeah, I don't... You're on her ship, it's not that big of a ship.
Pirate.
Val starts glancing back and forth between Mistress and 3 earrings and finally picking up on that. Like, oh, we need to get where we're going. Like,
Mistress
today.
didn't have a problem until that comment.
Oh, she was making it sarcastically, but yeah.
Does Mistress pick up that sarcasm with a 9 intelligence?
But she has a high insight.
That's up to you if Mistress picks up the fact that she was just making a joke at Val for immediately handing off the bottle of oil to the woman. After saying that he doesn't like oil on his skin. But by now, the ship has been on its way. So... You know, we're gonna have somebody roll for this last half a day, because... Oh wait, no, Bo, you rolled last, right?
I did.
Yep, that was a full cycle, so we'll just call the rolls there. And around 11 a.m. the next morning, around early in the morning, when you all wake up and get above deck, you do see the shore. You see the land off in the distance, and with some talking, she pretty much... You had given her a vague description of where you want to land, but you do find that the river up would be fine to go up, but turning the ship around in it, she doesn't know exactly where, because the map's not that well detailed this far out in the wilderness. It's kind of just sketchily drawn. So she says she'd prefer not to have to try and sail backwards the entire way there, or the entire way home, because...
The map is sketchy.
Yeah, it's sketchy.
Wow. Is this river, is it flowing so quickly that it's not really traversable by small boat?
Wait, which one? The river? Oh, it's definitely traversable by small boat. But
would it be faster to walk? Can I judge the current and see how quickly
well,
it's flowing?
it's coming against you, so it'd probably be faster to walk, or you'd be like... I mean, at high energy you'd be good, but like 3 days in you'd be... or like the second day you'd be taking exhaustion checks. Because you'd be paddling against the current pretty much the entire day.
Let's hoof it.
So she will get as close to the bank as she can without, mooring the ship. Good luck on your journey. If this takes quicker than you think, send me a message and I'll see how far I am, and we might be here for a pickup. If not, well, good luck on walking back to wherever you're going. Yeah, and she'll give you a little salute, like just kind of jokingly. And you guys will get into a rowboat with 2 of her crew members, and they will get you to shore, and then they will bring the boat back, unless anybody has something they'd like to do on the ship or with the crew before then.
Go.
As you get back, as you find land beneath your legs again, you are on a very nice, it's a very nice beach up here. One that hasn't been touched by humankind or mankind in a while. It's very overgrown. It's overgrown after the waterline. The beach itself is mostly sand, but there are some large rocks and shells. It is hot as fuck. The sea breeze is nice, but in front of you, you see that the map was not so accurate. While the map shows this as vast sprawling plains with a few hills and then the forest happening upwards, you see that while the trees are not thick, there seems to be trees for a while in front of you, and that most of this will be going through forest and other ways you will be traversing. So, you have 2 options now. Or you have multiple options, the 2 that I have mainly said. Somebody had suggested following the river up, with at 24 miles a day will roughly take you 6 days. Or you can save 2 days and try and cut directly through.
But we're still ahead of schedule?
You're ahead of schedule by, I think it's 4 days?
It was 4 days before we went on the sunken ship.
Yeah, the sunken ship only took like an hour and a half, so I'm not really... We'll say you have 5.5 days of travel ahead of you and 9 days until it, or 10 days until it happens, so you're 4.5 days of wiggle time.
Do you know where it's at? Is it near the river, or that
It
not
is,
really?
just for crit, because I know we haven't discussed it with the map, it is pretty much, if I can ping it right, give or take
Do
here.
I need to get the top part of this map for you?
No, because I'm not going to have us go off the map for it.
Okay.
I have it, it's behind this map, but like going to that map is so damn small that we're just having you go in here.
Not worth it.
Yeah. Pretty much it's, once you get within like a day of it, Mistress will be give or take drawn to it as her natural surroundings will be familiar to her, but it's getting to those couple days. So how do you guys want to progress?
By foot.
Following the river.
I would like to use mystical signs to summon a rock, and then we will ride on the back of the rock.
Oh yeah, we could do that. I forgot all about your
Unfortunately,
mystical
while I
signs.
would like to do that, I have no method of doing so. Spell.
One day.
So why did I just go into a voice? There's no NPC here to play. So what are you guys doing? Yep, that is give or take the correct location.
I'm just for future reference for us.
Yep.
I assume we're forging ahead. It's the middle of the day, right?
It's by the time you guys get off the ship and stuff, we'll say it's high noon.
He said the
yeah.
thing.
Mistress, it's kind of your travel time now. Do you want to follow the river?
30.
Welcome to the pressure Val's been feeling for the last 14 days.
Of not having a preference either way, yeah.
I would rather follow the river. Honestly, it'd be easier for us to stay oriented this way.
I feel like we can't get lost following the river, but also, do you might know this territory?
When I went down and traveled through to Palma Flora, I'm guessing I went this way, right?
Yeah, you went through the Silt Basin Pass, and then you cut east along the, give it a better outline. You pretty much went like this
Okay.
to get there.
So, I wouldn't know much about this area, right?
You have been to the material plane with,
Hey,
you know...
hey, JR, do you need to follow my every step?
I get confused easily.
You would know vaguely. Like, you won't know much lore, but, like, once you start getting within, like, a day or two of the site, you will know how to get there in basic surroundings. But besides the warnings you've been told and the things you've learned from the guide and stuff, not much, really. You won't know, like, landmarks or such.
I think following the river is the safest bet going up.
On the other note, it will take an extra 2 days, but you could cut across to where you were in familiar grounds, which then would
Okay.
mean you only have like a day or two of playtime.
Then what about following the river until we get to... This is woods too, or is this still woods?
Everything, pretty much everything is light woods, but you would know that the closer you get to the site, the thicker and more dangerous things get. Usually for a lone druid traveling, it's not dangerous, but you are bringing some people who reek of metal, we'll say, is the easiest way to put it.
Heavy metal.
What the fuck?
No,
Excuse
new
you for
metal.
that belt.
Fuck. I am more comfortable with at least taking the path that she's taken once before. But that takes a lot more time.
Which we have.
May have, yes.
And if you miss the time, it's 29 days to wait for the next full moon.
I'm worried about following the river and then missing this.
That'd be what I'd count that as within 2 days. Once you started, like, so once you start getting to where the woods are thick, you'll start knowing to turn in, basically.
Okay. Then the river then.
Okay.
All right, let's start moving.
So 2 checks are going to be made here daily. A survival check and a nature check.
All right.
And Miss Fista's passive is taking care of the other one. Who would like to take... And these checks have to be done by different people. So who would like to take the survival and who would like to take the nature check for the first half day where you're finishing this one off?
Take survival.
I'll take nature.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me. The checks.
Not advantage.
No,
just
not
straight out.
Just straight out.
I just don't turn my advantage toggle off.
Yeah.
Because you're
don't-
silly.
I don't do the same on smoke. It's fine. So as you keep the river to your east, as you keep the river to your east,
Jesus, get it together.
the world goes like it goes steadily. There are times where the woods get really thick and rough, but Aldim finds some ways with his smaller figure to gently get around these without disturbing too much and having to cut your way through it. Soul does, from some textbooks he's read in the past, make some good call-outs that Mistress confirms about Hey, maybe we shouldn't go through that patch, all of them. I know you shadow stepped through it, but that looks a little poisonous. Poison ivy and oak and such. And it sets a good precedent for the fact that this is a wild place. There's no pre-made paths along the river. It is truly nature. So, I want... Who's up first? All of them, roll me a d12.
Is this for the next day?
Nope, this is for today. I just wanted to
Okay.
get those rolls out of the way because those rolls happen first to see if other things fuck you up.
8.
All of them, as you get ahead one of these times when you're trying to get through the brush ahead, you notice that you've come into a small clearing, maybe 100 feet across. And you do see a large white-tailed buck, a doe, and what looks to be 2 fawns, probably around 30 feet from you that don't see you yet.
I'm going to hold on to the coin and ask Mistress if she's comfortable with having some more food, or if we should, for safety's sake, just not right now.
Do you mention that it's a whole family?
Nope.
If you didn't mention it, then she's okay with it.
Okay. What's the range on my gauntlets?
I think it's like 20 by 60. I mean, with your abilities, you can get up close enough, and they're easy enough to kill with your things. Are you going for all of them? Are you leaving?
No, just the buck.
Okay. With your gauntlets, taking another shadow step and appearing close enough to him, you take quick 2 punches where you see the 4 darts on each knuckle shoot outward and both connect with his neck, just going straight through, and it's a very swift and clean kill. And as he drops, the doe looks down at his body confused, and as you stand up from the brush, the white tail goes up, and her and the fawns run off into the woods. And soon after, the party catches up with you. I should say this, the person who makes the survival check is slightly scouting ahead, not much, maybe like a couple feet depending on preference, but they're the one that's finding the safe path. The one whose nature is second in line and is making some judgment calls on advising them in a separate way than just finding a path. But you have, it's probably around a 400-pound buck, pretty big out here, so you probably have around 100 pounds of venison if you wish to harvest it all.
Mistress, you any good at this? She's any good at breaking down a buck.
I mean, she is. I don't know, have you ever broken down a buck before?
I have deer antlers for a reason.
That, you know what? Good fucking point.
God, your ass,
elk,
yeah.
Yeah, you've
Sure,
also butchered
whole
elk, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So survival,
yeah, straight up survival.
normal,
Uh,
or
There's-
with assistance.
you can have advantage. There's enough people there that can, hey Val, we need this thing to be strung upright, so Val just grabs its legs and holds it up for you. Yeah.
The entire time.
It's where you're stabbing with that thing.
Yeah, quickly and cleanly, you drain it, gut it, skin it, put the parts that you wish to keep inside the bag of holding. How much of the meat are you taking?
I don't have 500 pounds.
It's only 100 pounds worth of meat.
Oh. Then all of it.
Okay. You doing anything with the skin or the antlers, or are you just leaving the rest there?
I'd like to if I can salvage it.
Yeah, easy enough. The kill all of them had was very, very clean. This
How
was
many points did it have?
Um,
Roll for point check.
Ooh, roll us a d20, Jake.
Roll a d12.
Just a d12?
nope. 15.
Wow.
Ooh, what was the span?
8 by 7. I rolled 2 d8s for that reason. Oh, span? That's a deer, so not that big. Maybe like...
All right, roll us a d6, like +2.
I found the meat eaters.
I'd probably say... No, I'd just probably say like a 1.5 span isn't that bad for a deer?
Foot and a half is
Carnivores.
small.
Is it small? I'm thinking... Sorry, I always think of my elk, which are like fucking 3 foot, 3.5 foot spans.
Well, that's about what, on a 15-point buck, like
Yeah,
point to
that's...
point, you're looking at like 3.5 feet.
That's true. Yeah, because
Generally.
a 7-point elk is that, so a 15-point buck would be about the same. Yeah, so
But if he was massive, he could also have, like reindeer status antlers.
yeah, no, he probably like, I'd say probably like 3 feet span on those.
That is an unwieldy amount of large.
I mean, yeah.
Like, if you wanted to wear it as a headdress. It would
Oh yeah, no, those are weapons. I was not thinking I'd roll a 7 and an 8. I was like, okay, 2d8 average of like a 4 by 5. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. But they are gorgeous antlers. Are you taking that and the hide?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you have a 15-point deer rack in your strapped to your backpack, and a roll of deer hide that you will have to tan and treat.
I mean, honestly, if you just wrap the hide around the antlers, that is a backpack.
Yeah.
That is a
Seriously.
reinforced backpack.
But you can treat the leather over the next long rest or two, we'll say. Just
All
for
right, everyone pee on it and let's stretch it out over some sticks.
The rest of your day goes easily enough. You find yourselves with the sun setting in the middle of the woods. How are you doing camp?
I'm assuming the way that we've been doing it, right?
So glad you asked.
That's what I was waiting for.
I said it dramatically and then I realized I wasn't pushing anything.
I can do the hearth.
I would like to.
Rage?
Should it be? I would like to rage and then cast a spell.
Sadly,
I would-
raging takes away spellcasting ability.
Weird. I wish it didn't. I put up the Mage's Tower. I do 10 minutes of the scene from Frozen where she builds a castle out of ice. And a Mage's Tower goes whop all the way 40 feet up.
It goes wall.
It goes whop.
This
goes
is
whap,
a
whap,
beacon
whap,
in
whap,
the middle
whap.
of this
So
area.
It looks like it's brown. It looks like a giant tree. Well, it doesn't look like a tree, but I'm
just-
trying to camouflage.
it's brown stone.
Brown stone.
So you all
40
watch
feet up.
as a 40-foot brownstone tower crawls from the ground and just
That's
appears.
right. Yeah, it's not
Oh
yellow
my God,
brick.
let's go sleep in the Tower of Shit.
Yes, sir.
Just, can you
and-
put your thingy over his thingy and make it seem like not visible?
My wet thingy over his wet thingy.
Your
I
dome?
don't know how magic works. Do you
Excuse me?
And for clarification, because this has been stated wrong a couple times, Mistress, your ability makes everything inside the dome invisible. And so,
During a short or long rest, you can touch a point in space and create an invisible 30-foot sphere that grants +5 bonus to stealth and perception checks while within it, and light from open flames within it can't be seen.
yeah,
Okay, so the top 10 feet of this are still going to be visible.
Yeah, but who's going to walk around and look high up in the air for 10 feet of brownstone?
I don't know, the people that notice that there's 10 feet of brownstone just floating.
She can do it at the top.
Then I was about to say, do the top and leave the bottom 10 feet, and then everybody thinks, oh, there's just 10 feet of brownstone rubble. Then
So it won't look like
think that's a good
Minecraft
idea, yeah.
glitched.
Minecraft never glitches. It's a perfect game.
Well,
So, how
what is
much control do you have of your tower? Can you make it 10 feet shorter?
I could get rid of a room. Can have 2 to 4 floors. The first is the dining room. Second one's a kitchen. Third one's a room. And the fourth one's a room.
I'll sleep in the dining room if need be, and we'll just
I'm
cut.
fine not sleeping in a room. I was just if we could.
Oh
make
yeah,
it
you don't
more
have a
visible,
room.
that'd be
You have a
best.
stool by the kitchen table.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
if we could just have
2 beds each room. One for X, one for Mistress,
10
one for
feet
me, one for
lower.
Val. Yeah. If you really want it to be 10
I mean,
feet
I would even say just get rid of the dining room and make that a room.
Sure.
we can
And
eat
we
in the
can
kitchen,
eat on the
right?
beds.
Yeah, or we can eat in the
Oh,
kitchen
on the
or gang
kitchen.
up in someone's
Oh,
room.
I could probably do like those things they do in trailers. You know, the thing we have in this universe. Where
The
it's like
Murphy
a fold out
beds?
table. Well, not Murphy beds, just like a fold out table.
Like
In
a
the
futon.
kitchen. Like,
So he's making an RV.
yeah, in the kitchen and eating place.
So
in one
this is
place.
the compact you need to hide mode of the tower, where it's more hidden than just luxury.
Mhm.
Sure.
I cast it again and it goes.
Do you have enough spell slots for that? Because it's 4th level.
It's
isn't it?
ritual.
Oh,
It's
that's
a
right.
ritual casting.
So yes, he does dismiss it, and you do hear it crumble to the ground. It's not necessarily quiet, but it's not that loud either. And he does recreate it. Are you making it 2 or 3 stories? Because the dome will cover 3 stories.
I'll make it 3 stories.
Okay, so are you just dropping one of the bedrooms, or
Get rid of that.
I'm dropping the dining room.
okay?
Yeah, we're gonna eat in the kitchen. And I'm like setting up the kitchen so it has like a fold-out table, so like we can still have room to make.
I mean, there
It's
could be
just
a
has room
little
to make
island
stuff.
in the kitchen with some stools around it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you have to remember this. The diameter of this tower is 12 feet.
It's not very much. That's why it's the fold-out.
Yeah, it's
That's why I said fold-out, not.
yeah. So
island.
It's fine.
it is a little cramped inside, though. It is definitely nicer than not sleeping inside the tower. So, you all see this? Mistress, you're going to touch a point and create the 30-foot sphere.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do so, easy enough. So the dome appears to be invisible from the outside.
So, the recipes I know for elk are we going to call elk and deer close enough, or would I have to make intelligence checks to cook with deer?
I'd say close enough works.
Anything with red meat should work.
Loki, no. Alright, I thought I muted for that.
Then I'd like to make dinner and discuss the Feywild.
Okay. So
So, elk chili. No, elk roast. Deer roast.
okay, you make a deer roast. Roll for that.
Nice, not bad.
No. Guidance didn't really come through, but that really doesn't matter in the end.
Yeah.
So
It passed without it.
you make the roast. It's very well cooked, very fresh meat. So that's kind of nice after you're a couple of days at sea with mainly rations to survive off of.
And fish stuff.
Yes. I mean, you had Mistress's good
Val
meal every
might be
day, but
tired
that
of
was
fish.
1 meal a day. So usually the other 2 meals you were eating rations.
Yeah. So I'll cook and serve it, and start talking about do's and don'ts in the Feywild.
Ooh, is there a PowerPoint presentation?
I have banned those. I sit through enough in school. If you even try and bring one into this, fine.
That was the go-to
Val
in
just-
school because it was so easy.
Val just puts his tablets back under the table. Like, fine. I had giant cue cards for this, but okay. whatever.
I worked on them really
Val
hard.
brings out giant cue cards. Gods appeared and slap him.
I was
Wow.
gonna be
No.
an assistant.
So, I've already mentioned the time, and I'm hoping that we won't lose much time because we'll miss Lily. But there's a chance there could be years before we return. Which leads me to my next point. And if you have people to say goodbye, do it before we go.
How are they gonna do that? Oh.
I'm sure Soul will assist you.
Yeah.
So say goodbye or don't, because no time could have passed or many time.
Can it? I raise my hand.
Yes, so.
Oh, thank you. Can it go backwards, or does that not make any sense? Because time's usually linear, but there are some crazy guys I went to school with.
Timey-wimey.
Yes, wibbly wobbly, timey
Yeah.
wimey.
Forward.
Ford, where?
No.
Just kidding. That's a little.
Or tough?
Ford. All right. That.
I've also mentioned that you may not remember it. If you want to take notes and take a diary, just in case, Olodem and I will be the only ones that are safe.
I raise my hand.
Yes, so.
Now, this is a good segue point to a story I would like to tell. But if this is not your last point, I will save the story for the end.
I have so many more.
Okay, just remind me I have a story.
Okay.
We'll start next week because her points are going to be the last thing we do.
Alright.
Yeah, there's a lot of points. The Feywild is a wild and beautiful place, but it's very dangerous. Don't split the party. Or venture very far from the path. What I cook for you is fine, but don't cook or receive food from other Fae. They may have ill intention. That said, gifts are also dangerous to accept and possibly even more dangerous to give. You never want to be obligated to a Fae or get them obligated to you.
Wait, so what does this mean for us, since we've given you things, you've given us things, and you've
I
fed
can't
us?
hear you.
Come over here.
It's different because I've never had ill intention. it will be unclear who may or may not want to do you harm. Never repay more than is borrowed. Certainly use your manners, but never say thank you, because then you'll owe them. Never give a Fae your full name. This will give them power over you. Coincidentally, if a Fae gives you their full name, they may believe that you have power over them. Hint, hint, that's why you all don't know her full name.
Alright, I have a...
Only Soul does because of a message.
Exactly. Unless you
Well,
have his name.
Yeah. Do not make a bargain with Fae, and silly enough, never dance with a Fae.
Got it. So
But I love. I raised my hand.
But you love dances.
But I love to dance.
Alright, I have the perfect solution. I'm gonna pull out a needle and thread, because I can make any tool, and I'm gonna mime like I'm gonna sew my lips shut. Here's the solution.
he just
about-
he has a good point. Heads down, don't speak, don't take things, don't give things.
I'm not gonna sew my mouth shut, but I'm gonna replace that and I'm gonna get tape. I'm gonna tape my mouth shut.
I say these things to not keep you from having fun, but also I want you to be able to return home.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mister. I do have a question.
Okay.
Alright, so you said you and all of them are immune to not being able not to remember. And elves as well, because you are faithful.
Yes.
Now, what if you used to be faithful?
Soul,
Yeah.
what are you saying?
Fade to black. Alright. It's 11 o'clock. You know what that means, folks.
Damn you and your cliffhangers.
You know
Tune
too.
in next week for the exciting continuation of this episode.
Of this, the first night of the journey to the full moon.
Wow.
I just realized I've been muted.
Wow. Good job.
Wow.
Anything you'd like to add to the end?
I was gonna say that's actually where we will end. I said that, and then I said that the journey to the full moon will be the title of the next stream
Okay.
because I do like
It's
that.
like, that is weirdly poetic.
So I do like that. Yeah. We'll call it there for tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the session. Hope you had fun. Thank you for tuning in, those of you who are in chat. Who are we raiding?
I guess Critical Bard.
So let's go.
Yeah, they're
playing
playing
Among Us.
Among Us with Felicia Day.
Ooh, very nice.
Hey, I know Felicia Day from that
Oh.
one show.
Bye,
Good night.
Ben. Good night.
Good night. Good night and good evening.
It must be nice to be friends with Felicia Day. Just saying.
Truly,
Yeah.
she's a great person. The only one of the few only episodes.
Okay,
I
bye-bye,
watched
stream.
to
Bye.
Grenade. Oh yeah. Oh, I thought. Oh, now you did.